And it's been more than a year since Spaghetti Works on Court Avenue closed, leaving many residents and fans of the restaurant wondering what's next. There was a recent attempt to possibly turn the location into a bar, but the Downtown Neighborhood Association didn't want that. Our Griffin Wright joins us live from downtown Des Moines this morning. And Griffin, what did you hear from people about what they want to move in?
Yeah, Kaylin, so I heard a lot of different things, and really what it comes down to is that the space that Spaghetti Works was in is zoned as a restaurant. Now, the future of what type of business can set up shop there, that's in the zoning board's hand. Here's what people had to say about what they'd like to see that space used for, and it's not just between a bar or a restaurant.
I prefer like another tattoo shop or a piercing shop because I love tattoos and I love piercings.
Another really good restaurant. I feel like there's not enough of those down here, and Spaghetti Works was such a great restaurant. To see something new and fun would be great. A lot of the issues that have happened down here in court, I think a bar could maybe bring some more of those issues, and it'd be good to steer clear of those if we could.
I think there's probably enough bars down here that you can choose from, so yeah, community focused would be my preference.
Preferably not another bar. To be honest, I feel like the scene down here has kind of gone a little crazy. So I don't know, another restaurant would be nice, something like that.
If there would be a way to make that space available for a warming center as weather is going to change. We know that people can die from the elements.
The bar scene on Court Avenue has been reasonably consistent over the years, but having another dining option down here, that would be my choice. The right bar is not, I don't think that would be something that you have to be against. It's just looking at how it fits into the fabric of the neighborhood.
Right.
Now, the majority of the people that I talked to did favor a restaurant over a bar, but that could definitely change if you ask people, say, at 9 o'clock at night on a Friday or Saturday. Regardless, the future of what type of business can set up shop in that building, that is going to be decided at the next zoning board meeting, which is set for the 23rd of this month.
Okay, we'll stay tuned to see what happens next. A lot of opinions out there. Griffin Wright, thanks for sharing them with us this morning.